we see the darling looking at memes and emails because she's a grown-up.
I swear to God, like, half of the stuff on my phone is memes and the rest of it's just
Emails.
oh crap,
dear.
I have to check my work email 3 times a day even though it's my day off because I'm
Right.
the one.
So we're currently on the bus headed to the fair, and today is going to be a day of just, oh dear.
No, I'm glad we're going.
Yeah, I mean it's good, and it's better that it's just us and we can, adults and what have you.
Yeah, and besides that way too, to park where we need to, it's free. I don't have to pay $20 for freaking parking at the Fairgrounds.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, well, Cody is our
So, yeah, I already had to survive being in the car with her to get here.
Thank you for not taping while I was driving. That would have gotten me yelled at.
I was so tempted to, because it was literally just like a, can you believe this? Can you see what I have to deal with? It would have been more for, mother, look at this.
No.
This is evidence as to why I should never go in the car with her again.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
It was bad. She first, we literally...
I forgot how to get on to Broadway.
The first turn she had to make was wrong. We had only just started and she had already failed. And then she was in the wrong lane and we had to swerve for our lives. And she tried to yeet us one way and I'm just like, oh my god. But
and then we get stuck behind a bunch of grandmothers and I'm just like, are you a snail?
Yeah, we know.
I mean, actually,
yeah. But now we're on a school bus headed to school because we're young children, hip in society, and we're just like... Yeah. This is kind of what we were trying to film last time because we got on the bus, but then it was too dark and we couldn't see.
Oh yeah.
It was night and so on and so forth. But yes, this is the beginning of the fair experience for 2021. And we are gonna do our best to have fun today, even though it's kind of humid and windy and it might rain or something. But we'll do our best.
Oh my god. They have the windows open past the line.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Scandal.
Oh god, I can jump out the window. Oh dear, so yeah. Oh god. Yeah, this is bringing back some memories for sure. So, yeah, we are on our way to the fair, and we will continue when we get there and get to start seeing the sights and whatnot. Yay!
And food.
Yeah, more importantly, food.
What? I forgot to eat breakfast. I left earlier than I thought I was going to.
True. Knobs. Goodbye!
Very well.
All right.
Here. Get in there.
Hello and welcome. We just arrived at the fair and oh god, I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what that thing is, but I yeah, that's why I'm like that's why I'm like yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Nope. 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 Nope.
I might do it. And then tell you about it.
Because I'm gonna be like, nope. Okay, first thing we should do is get our wristbands.
Wristbands and food, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Hang on, hold my purse with your foot, by the way.
Yeah. And so it begins with the Sizzler,
And,
wherein we spin around and around and dive.
I'm just gonna scooch myself out
Yeah,
because
we know what's gonna happen.
You're gonna mush into me rather than me mushing into
Oh,
you.
wait, so I get my revenge finally after all these years? Haha! See, that's the bad face. You don't want to see that. So now we go around and around to begin our fair, because instead of the stuff they had last time, we just have all this stuff. And
what I'm wondering is if they cut down on the rides and whatnot too for...
well, I mean, well, yeah. Possibly because of the pandemic and such. But like, they do have a new one, so that's something, but like, yeah.
I'll either go on it once.
Yeah, just to try it, like, oh god, here we go, it's starting. It begins!
This one actually is like...
Right. Woo! Oh god. Woo! Take that! I get my revenge after all these years! Woo! Oh god! Oh god! Ah! Take that, darling!
You know what, darling?
I have a few choice words for you! Ah! Woo! Ow! Don't turn down! Ow!
Actually kind of up
Not very comfortable though! True! My hip! My everything! Ow! This is why she sits on the inside, because then I'm more resilient.
No! Because Mitch,
Yeah.
that is fine. I'm outside.
Oh! Woo! That was something. Whew. Everything is spinning. Everything is spinning.
So I'm glad that we went on this one first rather than like
Yeah.
once we got food.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this.
Darling, you are barely old at all.
That's my point.
Well,
Now we just wait for the physicsy bit.
it's always a physicsy bit. It was twisting and turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get off. I will hold the thing for her. We have to make sure that she does not have her chair swing incident all over again.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No, I'm avoiding that.
Yeah.
I fell walking to my car at Culver's.
Oh, jeez. Really? All right.
They say we do lean and then food.
Yeah. Lean then food. And now it's time to lean. Are you ready to lean? Because we're about to lean.
Not gonna lie, this is always my favorite.
Yeah. God, that was a whole nother level. Oh God. Ugh. Holy shit. Oh.
That doesn't make driving the speed sound near as
True. Oh. All right, so what next?
Where do we want to ride more stuff?
I don't know. I might need a moment.
Suppose I made you actually ride that?
I don't know what the deal is. I can't handle that like I used to be able to.
Probably because we're getting old.
Yeah. That sounds accurate. So, now we've ridden those and we've only just now, gotten past this little section. We enter the heart of the fair where there's stuff. We could head over that way to get food because over there's where all the food stuff is.
Okay, not gonna lie. I think the ride section completely freaking sucks.
Well, this is the games and stuff. It's past the Ferris wheel that they have everything else.
I didn't think of that.
Oh my God, love bugs. And now we enter the heart of the fair. You see all the rides and games. Though these are more of the tame rides for the children's and Darling because she's short. There we see the Ferris wheel. Oh my God, funnel cakes.
I'm getting one later.
You're getting one this year? Oh, they moved the Ferris wheel over there. Ah, it smells good.
Like a whole bunch though.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get food over there.
See, if I had like more time off,
Right.
I could have gotten the NEGA passes and like gone in here every day.
That would have been a long ass video. Day 1, day 2, day 5, day 18. What? Family arts and crafts. Yes, we will have to enter the grown-up buildings.
What are we in the mood for food?
I don't know. You just pick something that you like, and then I'll have whatever else is there. Butterfly French fries. Ooh.
Dude, those are curly chips.
Nom. I only had like a bar thing for breakfast because yeah.
Okay.
Isn't this where we ordered from last time, I think?
Yeah.
We got the Philly cheesesteak.
I think.
Polish sausage, be careful.
Darling.
If only there was smell-o-vision and we could just like...
I'm gonna go... I want pulled pork or Italian beef. I don't know. What are you in the mood for?
Food.
God, same.
Right? You can be the adventurous one and order us something.
Okay.
Since you're the food connoisseur. Java Junction.
Oh my God.
Coffee, 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 coffee. Squirrel! Hello, and welcome back to food. Like, we're kind of just chilling. Let's put this over here. There we go. Yes. So, it's time for food because we both haven't really eaten much today. And we're going with the Italian beef, which is what we had last time. And it was good. Oh my God, oh yes. Yes. And then we also have Pepsi because we're adults and we can drink a soda pop. So far, we've been having a really great time. We already rode a couple of rides and Lean Bitch made me die because I'm old now. I just can't handle that. This. So theoretically, I shouldn't have a problem with energy today because I did have a yerba, which is yerba mate and caffeine. 204. Yep, 204. Which, incidentally, is when I normally eat lunch anyway, so 2 o'clock. And this year I am determined to eat food because, as you may remember from previous fair visits, it's usually just her eating something and me stealing a fry and drinking a root beer or something. Except for last year at lunch, of course, because we did have that, but then she like got other food and I didn't. This time I'm getting food because food is good. And she's paying, which is the important thing. And like, surprisingly, it's actually a really nice day today. I was like kind of really worried about how bad it was going to be because we've been having some kind of wild weather and crazy storms and stuff lately, and it was forecasted that it was going to be like 90 degrees and then very, very humid, so that was going to be death, and then it was going to storm at like 4 or 5 or something, so it was kind of like a bad day to go. But it's actually really nice because you don't really feel the heat or the humidity and there's like a breeze and stuff. There's
Oh,
actually...
dear God. And to think I drink like 2 of these a day sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
This is my first soda pop since the last time we went to the fair. But yeah, I'm kind of loving the vibe today because it's like all cloudy, and that's like my vibe though, you know.
It's honestly not bad.
Yeah, it's really not. It was kind of better last time because like all the clouds and stuff looked all funky and junk. I remember that being a cool part of the video because there was always like this wild cloud or something in the background when we're on the ride or whatever. But like,
Oh God.
oh dear,
Oh dear.
cut that out. Can we cut that out, please?
No.
Okay, we're running out of budget.
Oh my God, they have Wisconsin cheese curds. I'll get some later.
And second round. One thing that our viewers are waiting with bated breath to find out, will she get a taco?
That's for dinner, dear. Or am I gonna go
Yeah.
with a burrito?
Are you going to talk about getting a taco the entire day and then get an enchilada? That was good.
It feels like it'll be.
This video is sponsored by Pepsi. Excuse you, not with that attitude, it won't be. Sponsored by Pepsi, and not by her, because we don't need to see her.
Okay, fine then. You get to walk home.
Okay, fine then. Good luck buying more food later. Darling, wait, I'm second thought, come back, please.
Exactly. Good luck buying more food later, and good luck getting home.
Right. Oi, hey.
Well, I mean, getting out here is a pain in the butt.
You're a pain in the butt. I
I know I'm a pain in the butt, but you love me anyway.
Now we take a look at a darling, a freaking pain in the butt.
No, that would be you, dear.
I am the freaking gorgeous butt. Like,
No.
see, here's the thing. You honestly
Did
thought.
I mention no? Because no. Okay, so we let food digest.
We take a breather. Yeah, that lean was just a little too much for me.
You know you're getting old when you can't even go on the Tilt-a-Whirl anymore.
True, I was just like, oh, then it just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. I was like, oi, oi.
Why? Why you don't go on it with me? Because I go on
She's
it
the
for
physic,
maximum
yeah.
spin. Who the heck serves a salad?
True.
Ooh. Remind me to get chocolate covered cheesecake on a stick if we can find it.
Didn't you
I
want?
knew there was something that I was like in the mood for that I couldn't remember what it was. And that's one of those things.
But yeah, like it's cloudy, and I'm kind of loving this because it's like it's really nice. Like honestly,
It's 80 something, but it feels like it's 70 something.
yeah, because it's like the breeze and everything. So yeah, this has been us having lunch
Yay,
after
food.
riding a few rides and having a good time so far.
And now we get to go on more.
Yes.
And then more food.
Well-
and then go on more, and then more food.
Likely we'll be walking around first because
For
we
a
have to
bit,
find
yeah.
where everything is. But then, yeah. No.
We need to stop doing this, dear.
Are you kidding? This is the most fun we have all year.
True.
Outside of the bedroom. But yeah.
Okay, I know what I want once food settles eventually.
Oh dear. She's gonna do a thing.
I haven't had cheesecake in forever.
True. Alright, well this has been our food time, whatever, and I guess we're just gonna kind of
Mosey around.
sit for a minute, then get up and mosey around and see what we can see, and we will return when there's something worth filming.
Indeed.
Goodbye.
Oh well.
Nap time. It's just me this time. Nap time. Darling, wake up. She fell asleep on her Pepsi. Does this happen often? Oh no.
I sleep like this all the time at work.
I'm just thinking. just thinking. And now, we're back to where we started last time with the construction equipment. This is where the last video began. Oh, they got tractors going around.
Gonna have to get a milkshake later.
Yep.
Gonna have to get lemonade later.
We're gonna be so fat. But like a good fat.
Do I look as though I am even close to giving it
Oh look,
down?
there's the one for you, a little tiny one. That's your size.
I oughta. For later.
No, I oughta. You know what? I have a few choice words for ooh.
Question is, do I want
Ooh.
what chocolate covered fruit do I want?
Well, last time you got the banana. That was a mistake.
I'm
But-
debating cheesecake versus strawberry.
Right? So now we're back to the food. The heart of the food area. Over there we can see the taco part where she gets a taco. Well, where she says she's gonna get a taco, but then gets a quesadilla or whatever. Salads? I think not.
Gigantic grilled cheese sandwich. If I wanted one of those, I'd make one at home. The fuck? What's the actual... Wait.
Now we enter this building.
Yay for flowers.
It's so pretty. Wheel of Agriculture. We'll be back next year. Oh, I was so looking forward to it. Now, we pop out over this way. There's the Matterhorn over there, next to the bumper cars. So these are the smaller buildings, and that's the big grown-up building. Yes. So we enter the grown-up booth, and we have access because we are adults. Yeah. I thought you said that was funnel cakes.
No. Elephant ear spruce.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Look at all this.
Oh god, we should get your mom that one.
No. Indeed, that one all the time. Just hanging on my door.
Get mine.
Woman, you know you are being filmed. Oh.
I had a cute one made.
Oh, look at Oh.
Joe would kill me if I got him a cold one.
Honestly, I would love to get one of these for my room.
But you don't do football.
Yeah, they have other ones than football, dear.
Yeah, they're here. Gotta look at all the places.
There's a fish.
We'll see.
Okay, Mom.
mine.
There's a turtle. Bubbles! Oh my god, Bubbles!
Oh my god.
Well, there's where you got that tattoo that one time.
See, if I didn't have to work, I'd get one on my ankle. But we can't have visible tattoos.
Oh my god. What year
Annoying.
are you living in?
I mean, honestly though,
She should get Botox. We're talking about it. Now, look at this. Ooh, these beds.
I actually have one of these. It's a godsend. And see, the problem is, like, medium's kind of what I like, but $3,000 for half a bed.
Oh, and it's like raised. Ooh. Pens.
$20
for a pen. Are you telling me that I gave you all those pens for free and they were worth 20 to 25?
Flower candle thingy is pretty.
Yeah, we'll have to look at this for sure. Now we're back the way we came. And now we venture back out, where it looks a little bit brighter now.
Yeah.
Looks a bit brighter now. So now, off we go to the next adventure.
Curves more. And then actually it's like the skirt of this one with the bodice of that one is kind of what I'm going for.
Wedding
But
dress.
I'm fat.
Well, alright.
So they kind of have to like
Yeah.
that's why
Make
I'm
it
getting
work.
mine custom made.
Yeah. So now, it's time for Matterhorn, which I will die.
This is one of those where you mush into me, I don't mush into you.
You always mush into me. That's always how it goes.
Well, that's because you were dumb enough to sit on the outside the last time.
You always take the inside. You're like, well, see, here's the thing. I'm me, so.
Yeah, no, but with the way this one's structured, you sit on the inside this time because I have that.
Okay. Yeah. Hello and welcome. Oh god, this is not going to go well.
The mushing.
Welcome to Mush, otherwise known as we're on Matterhorn, and I'm going to die
Oh, you love me.
because like we're mushed. Well, life was something. Alack, no more for me, because she's just gonna mush.
Call it revenge for mushing into the own Sizzler.
That was my revenge. I was allowed to mush.
Well, now I get revenge on your supposed revenge.
Revenge on the revenge.
Are we getting revenge on revenge on revenge all day?
Pretty much. That's what the fair is. Man, they don't even got no jams going. Like,
I was gonna say, did they have?
yeah,
I'm wondering.
we always got jams going. Remember when we were like, don't stop, make it hot, girl. But that was like the jam though. That was a good one. But like, they don't even got
Why
that.
they don't do that anymore?
Oh god. And it begins.
Oh dear.
Here comes death. Population moi. Contemplating my demise. Well, she doesn't need to contemplate. It's already in motion. Quite literally, we're in motion. We're both dead. We're going. Ah, room. Finally. And ambush. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
What I wish they do is run it the way that they used to.
Yeah, do it backwards. Oh god. Oh god.
You know, like the liability thing as to why they don't.
Right.
Well, we don't even know.
Right? It's like, this is just like a mild thing because there's no jams. Hey, come on. Crank it up. The only thing is that it's a little bumpy.
Just a tad. But that's half the point.
Darling, don't let go. You might go flying out. You know how you do. Oh no, the moose! It has begun! Not the moose! Oh fuck!
Hey, why did you let your little get to this?
Hey, I'm an adult! This is my language!
Young enough to be old.
Oh dear! Why are we old? I'm pushing!
I'm trying not to look at you, nerd.
Go the nerd!
Oh yeah! I'm a freaking nerd.
Not the librarian! Oh god! What the eight? It's in progress! And now, I die! Exactly! We're too old! Oh, thank God! Holy fudge nugget! Son of a nutcracker! What other things can I say in the presence of children? That was unexpected!
Mother fudge! Okay. I propose this year's video is called We're Never Doing This Again. Yeah, no. You and I are too old for this.
We're too old for this. That was something. Man. That was something, man. Like, that was... Thankfully, it wasn't, like, as bad as lead. But wow, that was like,
Ow.
I didn't think it would go that fast for that long.
It doesn't look like it until you
Yeah.
actually get on it.
And my arm is like thrown out. I wonder if they have the hang gliding one. That's one we absolutely have to do.
If they have it.
Yeah.
We are not doing that one.
Oh, yeah. So I guess we're not going on the chair swing because she's like, nope.
I don't know if I can fit.
Ah, hang glider. Huh?
Did you see him glider yet?
No, I didn't see it yet. But I mean, it should be here because every time we always say, oh, they might not have it, but then it's just somewhere out of the way that we
I
haven't
think
seen.
it's somewhere we haven't gotten to yet.
Probably.
But no, we can go on this one next.
I thought you just said we weren't going to.
If I can get into it without dying, oh dear God, flying shoe.
Oh dear. Reinforce your shoes.
No, that's why I wore these.
Right.
They're like my athletic sandals.
Oh God. There it goes. It's gone. And it's by the lake. Like, that's so nice. And on to Vertigo we go.
May neither of us die. May I be actually
Specifically her, because let's remember, last year we went, she fell off the ride. That was the iconic moment.
Because
That-
they didn't have the good feet.
That-
They were the ones where like they were free hanging and
Yeah, you were.
I had issues.
We all remember when she fell off the ride. That was iconic and amazing. Okay.
For the record, you are the only one allowed to help me get out of this thing.
Indeed. Yay me. Okay, so now we're gonna chair swing and she won't die. Theoretically, ish, maybe. We'll see what happens. Oh God, it's happening. Oh God.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
My shoe, no! There goes my
Oh,
shoe.
I hope not.
We already lost like 2 shoes. Other people lost their shoe. It's like, honey, what is you doing?
Right?
And off we go.
Okay, now you can feel the weather.
Yes! Well, the wind. Oh my God. It's really nice! Woo! It does! And now we can see all the fair below! Yes! Especially, it's nice that it's like over the lake. Because usually it's over there. Last time the Ferris wheel was over the lake, and that was pretty nice. Woohoo! And it's over. Done! It just started, and now it's like over.
Well, I get it that like usually little kids are the ones
True.
that do this.
And then they have like a panic attack, right? Because like,
Oh my God, we're in there!
now we descend upon the world. Ah! Oh God.
Let's hope I can get out of this thing.
Theoretically. Okay, unbuckle.
Okay, I'm good, which is what matters.
Did you do it? Hooray! Woo! We didn't die. Oh no.
Think about it.
So, there we have successfully ridden Matterhorn and the Chairswing. And now, we basically just bum around. We should look to see if we can find the hang glider and then ride the Ferris wheel for the first time. Off we go! So now, she got a chocolate covered strawberry, dark chocolate with, what is that, Oreo? Dark chocolate with Oreo, because of course, Dolly. Need we say more? Here we see a dog in her natural habitat. At roughly 3:40. And now she can use the stick to stab me because, you know, revenge and whatnot. And so now we are on the Ferris wheel. Oh God. So, unfortunately, after she got her chocolate-covered strawberries, we looked around and apparently they don't have the hang gliding one this year, which I'm mad as hell about because that was like one of my favorite ones from last year, and I was so looking forward. I was so looking forward to, like, you know, getting to film on it this year with the 60 frames per second. But they don't got it, and this is like a tragedy. True, like. But at least she'll be able to die on the other one. She'll die. I know she will. So it's like almost 4 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, 3:50. Even though it feels like we've been here for ages, again, it's like, not really. We've been having fun riding rides and I've been dying, as I often do. Because, yeah.
It's like so freaking nice. You can like see the lake and stuff.
Right? The lake, like, over there. Oh wait, no, that's for later. Like, right? It's like so nice. Yeah, definitely a chill day. Even though it's cloudy, it's like, it's really nice because no sun and there's wind. Even though the hair has been like this the whole day, and it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
son of a. Yeah. But at least now we're on the same side, so we can do a segment. Because last time she was like, I'm noping because we have to physics our way through it. And I'm like, oh.
I think the nice thing is just like, get just sit here for a few
Yeah,
minutes and
it's
it's
nice
not
to
like
chill.
2 seconds
Yeah,
thing.
it's not like the chair swing where we got on, got off real quick, but like, yeah. The thing that the only thing is that they did. We literally got in and they like started it immediately. There wasn't any like sit time, so it's like. Nevertheless, after this, we're just gonna kind of wander around, see what there is to see. but we haven't seen yet.
I think we pretty much walked around darn near the whole thing. A couple of times.
Then it's just whether or not we want to grab a snack or something. And then we probably won't really be riding much until it starts getting dark. And then, if it stays cloudy,
Getting home is fun. No, we were trying to be more so from the extent of I hope the weather's still decent.
right?
Because I know how to drive home when it's like overly dark and stuff, but oh my god, we're stuck at that time.
No, we're not.
Well,
You
like,
liar!
we
Oh my god!
yeah.
She, look at her 3 chins.
Excuse
Oh! I might be going overboard. It's just like a cutaway, and then it's just you in here, and you're like, okay, so now that he's out of the way, and then you see me like dead on the ground all the way down there. Okay, so.
I know this
Okay, so he died. We're not going to specify how, but he died. So anyway, I don't know what they're doing over there. There's like construction going on. Maybe making space for more rides next year. That would be nice.
Either that or it has to do with like the grandstands and whatnot.
Yeah, true. And we see everything blue. So yeah, this has been the Ferris wheel. Huzzah!
Oh my god. So, like, we ought to do this at least another 2 times.
True. We'll probably do one because that was nice because last time they had the other Ferris wheel that they don't have this year, and so we were able to like go on that one, and it wasn't like going on the same thing again because it was different. And we like went on that one 3 times in the day, in the evening, and at night, and that was nice. So we'll probably do it in the evening and then when it gets dark. Oh, we're coming around the mountain. Oh dear, not those mountains. Yep. Wrong one. She's like trying to get off. Get me off this thing.
Well, I mean, I'm on it with you, so you can't blame me.
But I'm on it with you.
True.
So can't you blame me?
Oh, I see.
Alrighty, let's head off. Alright, so that was the Ferris wheel. And now,
I get to go on my fun one.
oh dear, I guess now we're gonna go and she's gonna ride the crazy ones that I'm not gonna join her for. Because I'm me. Off we go. So now she's on this ride. And I've been standing in line forever. What is this? What is
Have listened to me.
Did you die?
What the hell was I thinking?
said it was very physicsy last time because of
No.
So that was her riding the freak out ride, and yeah, she kind of regrets that decision.
I said.
I rode that one once and said nope.
forgot.
I said nope because it's a little too much whiplash in one direction. I'm just like nope. So now it's like 4:30 and we're off to just kind of
Although we should probably make our way back that way.
to the restrooms.
Yeah.
So now we're just gonna go wander around and we'll come back whenever there's something interesting. Baby bunnies! I like how they're just like lounging. Mood. Oh!
That is literally my cat in bunny form.
This is a mood. Right? Mood.
Trying to pet them.
Right.
Oh, little tiny ones.
Oh, you can relate.
But
You can relate to the being grown up but small. Hello and welcome back. We have been, oh dear. No nap, don't nap. We've been exploring the building and looking at all the shiny things, including lights and rocks. And she stole money from me, so now she has to buy me stuff. Because she owes us for all the back and forth and food and Izzy and blah blah blah. And I can pull that card because, you know, I want something, so. But yeah. So, yeah. We've kind of just been chilling and it's like 5 o'clock now, 5:15. And we've been enjoying ourselves so far.
it's been a good day.
Indeed, it has. Though it did kind of start getting a little more humid to where we can feel it. Now, the plan is just to kind of chill until roughly 6 when we go and get food. And then we can maybe ride a ride or two in the evening. And then eventually it'll get dark and then we can do our end stuff where we go around buying things and getting desserts, and there you go. It's been a good day so far, for sure. We enjoyed it. And
Why am I falling asleep?
and here is her dying.
And not quite.
And she's like,
Close to power neck.
so this is just a little pit stop check-in, and we will return later. She's gonna nap. Mm-hmm. Hello, and welcome back to the Fair experience. Fair 2021, we're too old for this, which is, I guess, what we're calling it. We, rather she,
I'm
had...
gonna be evil and dip into your Bavarian cream for 2 seconds. Oh, that's good.
She had the bright idea to get funnel cakes. And so she got the strawberry and whipped cream, and I got the powdered sugar. with Bavarian cream. And like, yeah, we're just gonna go to town. Cause like, it's almost dinner time, but like, we decided to have a bit of a snack. Oh.
I told you.
Oh. Let's just remember, this was a good idea at the time. Whether or not it ends up being a good idea later, well, we'll just have to figure that out.
This is also a once-a-year thing.
Yeah. And that is important to remember, that even though we are spending money, it's only once a year. It's like, you know, this is kind of one of those things that you save for so that you can have a good time when you go.
Okay, so I blew a Saturday paycheck.
Yeah.
But we also didn't have a chance to go last year. So
It's very important that we didn't get to go last year because of issues and everything was canceled like immediately. I'm honestly kind of surprised that like, even though things are still going on, it's like, it's no different than normal. You know what I mean?
But then again,
like, I don't see anyone wearing a mask or anything, you know what I mean?
a lot of folks have gotten vaccinated.
That's the thing. But it's like you'd still think that, oh, you know, the workers or whatever. It's nice that it's like the usual.
Normal.
The usual. So this has been a bit of a funnel cake, oh yes, segment. We're back where we were when we ate lunch. She told me to force her to finish it. Darling?
I'm not saying I'm not going to finish it. I'm saying I'm going to eat slow because, like,
Yeah.
you feel it about halfway through.
Pick up the fork. I'm working on mine.
Yeah.
Go away. We'll be here for a while. Every freaking time, don't touch my funnel cake edition. So, yeah. Get your...
tired.
And we're too old for this. Oh, man. Why are we
We're only in our 20s. How are we too old for this?
We're halfway through our 20s.
Don't make me think about that. Oh, God. I was supposed to be married with a kid by like 2 years ago.
So we're gonna eat our funnel cakes and then regret it. And we'll be back later. Should have took our heart medication first.
Damn it, I didn't think about that.
Beep. And we're done. Okay, so now we're going, and that was a really bad idea. We are regretting all decisions.
No, I'm not.
So now it's 6 o'clock, and we finished our funnel cake and basically died. And now I think we better go the other way because this is the food and we don't want to be around food. Death. Ow. Death. So yeah. Let it be known. Yeah, let it be known that was a bad idea and that we shouldn't do that again.
I don't know how to counteract that.
I don't think there's much of a cure. But at least we did it, and there you go. Oh my god, horsies!
And seeing stuff might help.
Alright. Off we go!
Dressage. Let the horses be natural.
Yeah. I mean, though you do kind of have to put on a show, don't you?
Yeah, but all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, excellent job done by all here in the Draft Horse Pony Hunter Saddle Western. We're going to have one in reserve, 84D, the Elizabeth Perry entry. In the following places, please stop by and see Kelly Reed over on the far side for your ribbon. In fifth place on our showing match number 84B, that's Samantha Ingebrigtsen. In fourth place on our showing match number 84C, that's Catherine Perigo.
Ooh, spacious.
I mean, I could turn that into a whole house.
Bigger than an apartment.
Not gonna lie, yeah. But like, all I need in the cars is this.
True. Now we return to the gazebo. Look at that one has two.
Well, my back is like
Dying. So now we return to the gazebo that we went to last time. Though it's a different variation of it. And she's just like dying.
this would be really nice to have.
It would. Like, imagine hanging.
Wasn't Mom gonna like fill in the bottom of
I don't know.
part of it at one point?
Imagine like a nice like light or like ceiling fan hanging out there. And then like you have like speakers or something for jams. Like
Exactly.
imagine this becomes like our twerk party spot when we like don't want to go inside. Now it's like 6:30 wherever. And we're just like chilling because we can. It's kind of super
We should
zen.
pop by the beach and go visit my aunt and uncle. They're still here.
Are they? I thought they weren't here.
Well, all we have to do is go say hi and then we can pop back out here and relax.
No, because you're Miss Hi. How have you been? How's your child? How's this going? Oh my God, is he still doing that thing? Oh, tell me all
I am
about it.
not.
Jeez.
Not with them.
It's like you're literally just like, oh yeah, I'm in adult mode and like
Not-
let's talk for 20 minutes and I'm
Not
just
with
like
them.
oh my God, it's like the swing at home but better and pricier.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind getting one of these for in the backyard.
True. She'll be like, hi, I'm just here for the gazebo. Don't talk to me. Maybe bring me like a lemonade or a ham sandwich, but other than that, get out.
I low-key want to fall asleep right now.
Great. So, yeah, it's like 6:40. And at this point, just like last time, yeah, we've done everything and it's like there's not really much for us to do until it gets dark and then we can start writing everything when it's all lit up in the darkness. Which is better.
We even feel like it, and then
Oh yeah, we feel like it. We gotta do our night version because that's the good stuff. But yeah, so now it's just chill time, which is what it's been for most of this because we're too old for this.
I shouldn't have gone the thing.
She's like, we shouldn't have gone at all. We should stop going, even though this is the most fun we have all year. Even though it pulls her away from work and him and him and him and them and yeah. I can chill. This
Why
is
do I have the feeling you're gonna like fall asleep eventually after you get home?
no. It's
Am I a metronomic gyroscope?
don't be a metronomic gyroscope.
Or am I a gyroscopic metronome?
Peace.
Gyroscopic metronome.
It's like, yeah, when I get home, I have to do my stuff because it's pulled me away from a day of mediocrity, damn it.
Well, this is worth it. We scheduled it a month and a half ago.
Right. this is worth it, but then you're like, we should never come back.
Well, because we're getting too old to do the stuff that we want to
As long as we're not 40, dear, I think we're okay. So, this has been our chilling in the gazebo segment, which is now going to become a traditional thing that we do all the time. Because gazebo.
You know, we need to, like, get the proper gazebo.
Right. And, like, there's stuff going on all over the place. And it's just like, there's another one over there. That's more of like a couple's gazebo where everyone can sit. So, yeah. I guess it's time for us to get up and go and do whatever the hell. Ugh.
Oh, hush.
Horrible!
It'll take 5 minutes.
So she says. Okay, so we're back on the Ferris wheel because we're like dying. We're like legit dying after having the funnel cake. Because I had a yerba, so I'm like jazzed. But
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's so pretty.
Right? Last time it was even prettier because remember it was like sunset and the sky was like a rainbow. That was so pretty.
Not gonna lie, if I was having a wedding outside, the lake would be kind of cool, except there's nowhere to do it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my god, we're stuck at the top.
Yes, we are. Look at, we're at the top. Wait a minute. There we go. Perfect.
Oh dear.
No, no.
I can't do that.
She's just like taking a nap, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice, definitely. Though I said before we got on that it kind of sucks that it's still cloudy because you can't like see that it's like sunset. It's no real difference. Except for over there, it's like you really can't tell that it's like 6 o'clock. Hopefully it clears up in a little bit and that way it's better, but like, yeah. And now, my will. Funnel cake will go to no one because it's a bad idea. All my pretty rocks, along with any others I come to acquire in the near future, aka today, go to my ghost. She gets nothing because she killed me and is probably dead also too as well. And this is what happens. And now there's the darling being a woman. Whee! Now we're going! Woo!
Oh man, that feels good.
Right?
Like, actually, like halfway decent and that kind of thing.
Right? Now she gets to have her, it's so complicated, stare out into the vista.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh no, it has greater effect in my body. Staring at the lake.
she's staring at the lake because,
I mean,
should I be with him or with him? I don't know.
on the one hand, I'm wondering.
On the other hand, on the other hand.
You know, that brings to mind a couple of things we're going to yell about.
And we can't go one visit without, let me tell you. Okay. And I'm just like, oi, again?
Don't worry. Not gonna lie, considering all the movie
Yeah. She has to go on the spinny one, and it goes upside down, and then she can go black. And I can laugh, and laugh, and laugh, and laugh. So now for a man segment. When you're at the fair with your woman, and she says, don't let me do that, push her to do that. If she says, don't let me have that funnel cake, you shove it down her throat. If she says, don't let me go on that ride, you trick her into getting in line, and then she gets sucked in, and there you go. Like when she went on the one, and she's like, why did I do that? Like her booba got in the way, and it was just like a horrible, horrible thing. And it's just like, oy vey.
I can't help that they can't handle people that are halfway decent.
Right? Like we've never had to deal with this before. Yeah. This is what happens.
Oh my god, it's not even that scary. It swings back and forth. And if you're in the middle, you barely get any
Right?
from. Now, people sitting in the back of that, I can totally understand.
Uh-huh. Or the front, because it's like, wow, in your face.
You should do it.
And bad idea. See, right there, that's a bad idea. This, bad idea generator.
No, you're the bad idea.
She's just like,
You said hi to me first. That's how you were the bad idea.
let's have a funnel cake. Let's go on that ride. Hey, watch me go on this one that's very physicsy. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. All that is below.
Why did I look down?
Darling, we're barely even up. You see how high?
Down earlier.
Wait, wait. All right. So that was our evening Ferris wheel. And now we're off to do whatever. But
What are you thinking about doing?
we're gonna go do what she's thinking about doing. So we'll be back.
No!
She's
Do
just,
not let me.
darling, we're gonna get stuck again. This is the way we're getting stuck, like last time. Oh dear. See, this is what happens when she's in charge of the directions. Yeah. So, now we're back after however long it's been, and we're just kind of wandering around at this point. Now it's finally starting to get dark at 7 o'clock, or 7:30 I think. Yeah, 7:30, and now we're getting ready to go on other rides. So, now we're just kind of going around, and we're gonna head back over to do the Sizzler again. And she can properly smash me this time.
Okay, yeah, that'll.
She's like, nah. Okay, yeah. If I get to crush her ass into dust, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
You're
Darling. It's been my turn to get mushed for like 4 years of coming here.
I know.
So, you know, I was allowed to have one time where I get to mush.
Let's be glad that I'm willing to even get on those kinds of rides with you. You and I are the prime example of we've been going here for too damn long.
And we're back to the theme of today. We're too old for this.
No, just we've been going here for too long.
I know, and we're old.
Just saying, we know what we need, we know what we don't do.
Yeah.
Get the hell out.
Oh, look at the ring.
Did I mention no?
Like, put a ring on it, right? Like,
But
oh, come on. It looks so nice all lit up. They're like dying. Don't you want to join them? No. Yeah, that's like a good luck with that.
Well, that's why they're on the left.
Yeah.
We'll just run it for 101.
Okay, we're back on the Sizzler, and it's time for death. Inevitable death. We all know how this be.
Exactly.
Don't scoot! She's scooching! No, she's pre-smushing. Revenge for earlier. Don't nudge me in my side. No!
I should be able.
Can I get a different passenger, please? I'd like to switch cars.
No.
The booba be too big. I'm lucky they don't fall out of place while the ride is in motion. All right, let it begin.
It's cinched so hard that I can barely breathe, my dear.
Oh dear. So then how are you still talking so much?
I don't know.
She's an undead zombie.
Brain.
Breath? Who needs that?
Dude, what John Boy.
She really is a zombie. It's coming unhinged or something.
Oh dear. And
So we spin. We spin and spin. Woo! Woo! Not the revenge! It's only just begun here at the wherever we are. Wait, are we at like a carnival?
I knew I should have put my hair up.
There she goes with the whipping nene. Here at the county fair. I'm in announcer mode, and this is my death. Signing off, it's me. Oh God! I'm literally smashed to death.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Here's my death. And now, oh God. So. She's just yeah, you're having fun. That was me earlier when I wasn't dying. Ah! It's her revenge. The revenge. Well, then don't do it. She's whipping. She's whipping and neighing. Aren't we too old for that? Oh, and it's over. Ah! Everything is spinning. Takes a moment to recollect myself. Wow. It's like very dizzy. Dizzifying.
Yeah.
Unbuckle and almost. Yeah, crapola. Well,
Okay, hang on.
yeah.
There, you have to.
Yeah.
If you would do me a favor and turn my turn, push me towards the thing so I don't die.
Don't point at me. Oh God, she's angrily coming my way. What did I do?
Oh, how annoying it is. Thank you, dear.
To be you at your height and whatnot.
It started moving backwards on me as I was trying to get out.
I tried to stabilize
I
it.
know. Those are a pain in the butt to even try to stabilize.
Right. Much like, well, you know about
Everything.
front stabilization. Now it's 7:50, and we are off to the chair swing. Then we'll be riding the Ferris wheel.
Actually,
Huh?
executive decision.
Oh dear.
Ferris wheel.
We're just gonna go on the Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then
That
we're.
was a little bit too much spinning.
Oh dear. Look at all this stuff. See, this is when it starts getting really nice because, like, it's all lit up and we got all kinds of things going. Oh dear. Ooh.
No, and the thing is too, it's getting
Dark. And the thing is too,
vision.
yeah, I don't want to die on the way home.
I won't die. Okay.
So it's like,
Okay, do we even want to go on it?
yes, yes we do, because we have to do the night when everything's all lit up. They don't even have it lit up, like, right? Well, now we're gonna stand in line and we will come back when we get on. Oh my god, the sunset though. Yes! And that's why we went on the Ferris wheel again.
So I figure we'll go on this and then
Get
either-
Taffy and then go. Because we still have to like get on the shuttle, so.
Yeah, and we gotta wait for that. But overall, a good day.
Indeed. Very good day. Oh, it's getting better. Oh dear. Physicsy!
Now we get to sit for like 15 minutes.
Right?
10 minutes.
And just chill. Hello and welcome back to the end of the night. It is like 8 o'clock and we are on the Ferris wheel for the final time of the night. And after this we're gonna go get Taffy and then we're gonna go home. We're gonna get on the shuttle and then I have to deal with her in the dark. Oh god, why? But yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I know how to get places, okay? We'll be fine.
So yeah, now we're on the Ferris wheel in the dark and it looks all nice and stuff. The sunset's dying, but like...
Oh, they waited until after sunset to light it up.
Right. And like I'm happy because I got this light thing that I'm gonna hang in my room. And it's gonna look like super cool.
It'll make a good night light.
Yeah. And that's kind of the other thing is like then it'll make the room a bit brighter, which is nice. So, yeah.
You know how I told you I got Joey made tortilla blankets?
Oh
They
dear.
are absolutely wonderful.
Of course.
And they're made
Like
for...
tortilla blanket. Yeah, she's like dying of exhaustion.
It's more like I have a terribly little...
Then use your tortilla blanket.
Yeah.
Ooh, now it's like red over there. Bruh. So yeah, like we have to. She was like, "Well, let's just skip the Ferris." I'm like, "Oh, this is like the apex of the night where it's like everything's lit up and we can like see stuff, and it's like really awesome." I mean, like, yeah. Now we can see like all the stuff down there and everything all lit up and that fire sunset though. And her on her phone ignoring me when this is supposed to be a romantic evening. God. This date isn't going well. Oh my god, we're at the top.
Wait, are we?
We're at the top.
Oh my god.
Oh my
If it
God.
stops, I'm gonna like die.
Mwah, mwah.
Indeed.
Indeed, but you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Oh my
Bitch.
god, why are we stuck here in particular?
Don't look down. Are you looking down? I It just said don't look down. Oh
No,
god.
I looked right. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, we can see it all.
that's what that's for.
Remember when they had the hot air balloons and that was like awesome?
We could
Right.
have done that for what?
It was so expensive, like
Wasn't it like
yeah, $40 like per person or whatever. Like
for like 5 or 10 minutes? I'm like,
yeah, and like a super sketchy type thing, like you know. So this has been our fair night, and it's been nice. Though my we've been like busted all day because of the wind and what have you. Right? Like same, right? Like ponytail tower. Yeah. Swoosh it, babe. Swoosh it. Yeah. Shut up! The Ferris wheel, it looks so awesome down there. Just like yourself. Don't look up! It looks awesome, but don't look, or you'll die.
I'm not gonna lie. No, it looks really pretty.
Right?
But like,
See, this is kind of what we missed out on last time, because like they have to like turn it around and stop it so that they can board people, and then we kind of get extra time just sitting here. But we didn't get to have that last time because they just kind of went.
oh yeah.
So today was a really great day. Even though it kind of felt like we didn't do as much as we did last year because some stuff was missing. And then because, well, of her being her, we kind of had to finish up quicker than normal. But nevertheless, it was a really great day. And hopefully all this wonderful stuff we filmed will make a great video. And we'll be able to look back on it time and time again. And thankfully, she did not fall off the chair swing and die. That was the big thing from last time. She fell off the ride and died. But not this time. Thankfully, yeah. We didn't. I never did. She did. Like, she literally just went, haha, eat myself! And I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. But like, yeah. Woo! It is! Especially because it's like the perfect amount of dark where it's not like too black now.
Exactly.
It's like the perfect amount. We got the sunset in the background. Like,
What, like,
yeah, it's like, oh, hello. It's like, hello and welcome to the, I don't know, Twilight with Natra. Oh God, it returns. Yeah, Twilight with Natra.
you know what's scary when you end up higher than the trees and whatnot?
It's the perfect time to push her overboard. Bye-bye.
You son of a bitch! Stop looking down.
Indeed. So
I
yeah.
am a dork and I keep doing this.
Stop it! And yeah, we had a good day. Still have like a couple more things to do, and then we'll be headed home.
Oh, you know what? I think I figured it out. I feel like why we're both dying. It's because of food.
Yeah, they just tell me to live, and I go back flipping. Yeah! Oh no, he died. Anyway, she would literally be like, anyway. Next in line. Who's next in line? Number 84. Oh God. The sad thing is that's literally how it would be. Yes, definitely a good fair this year. Good for you. Okay. So now we go and get Taffy. Shall we? That way.
Oh, wait, crap.
What?
I can't do Taffy.
Why?
Joe. Actually, you know what?
You know, it's like, seriously. Oh dear, phone call. Oh dear. Talk about rainbow, am I right?
Talk about seizure warning.
I know, that's what I was thinking of earlier. Pony rides. Okay, so we have to make one more stop. So now we have to figure out how to get back on the shuttle.
Where the hell?
Over there.
Ow.
Oh dear, really? Okay,
We've
so
been on our feet for 12 hours, too.
for 12 hours.
I've been up on and off since 6:30 this morning.
So we are on the shuttle, ready to go home after a day. And then she's gonna be dead when she tries to drive us home. Oh dear.
All you do is the pedal that makes you go very, very slowly so that you're not hitting any cars. And then you press it a little less slowly so that you can do that thing. Now the trick is turning the wheel.
See, there's
And
a
see,
trick
that's all
to
there
it.
is to do.
There's a trick to it. Oh god, someone's dying. And I mean, that probably would have been me. God, not in the dark again. I'm in danger. Because suddenly she turns alive and it's
No, but this is why, like, I throw music on when I drive.
yeah,
Because
then
it keeps me awake. Especially on, like, my early morning shifts when I leave for work at, like,
right.
6:15 to get to work at 6:45.
Oh dear.
It's not fatal.
And off we go.
But not too much.
Yeah. So, there we go. We rode on the bus, and now we panic button our way back to the car.
Well, maybe not. Maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps. We'll see.
I know my car. It's just a matter
Of,
of finding the son of a bitch. Let's see.
that one.
Not me, but it's my car's twin. See, that's the problem.
Yeah, kinda very similar
Not me.
all around.
Damn near my car's twin.
Oh dear.
Actually, we might be
uh,
over that way.
Oh god.
I'll know it.
When you see it.
I'll know it when I panic button.
And we're
Oh,
panicking.
actually, no, I think maybe us.
What? Oh dear. We're panic buttoning our way to freedom and to my death. Hi, because
No, this is me.
let's
I've got a million freaking
yeah.
tags to it.
And you barely went in the parking spot because reasons.
Well, I thought I was okay.
Stop being blind.
Stop existing.
Boom! And you just hear the clatter of the selfie stick hit the ground. And wait, no, darling, come back. Too late. You made your wish.
I forgot. You're the one person where I can't do that. Okay, are you driving or am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. We got our box of taffy.
Oh, that's where they went.
All right. I do believe we are all set. Stay. Hi. All right. So now we're off to go back home, and I'm gonna die.
We'll fuck with
Stuff and things. Yeah.
doing the whole thing. Come on, do the thing.
We have to go die now, so we'll return when we get home for a goodbye segment. Farewell. Look at this is I'm gonna die right here. I'm freaking out.
I'm turning on Bluetooth so I can turn on Google, you dork.
Okay. Goodbye. Oh dear.
So now we sit here for a second and figure out the cash situation.
Indeed.
And we'll go from there.
Well, we somehow managed to arrive without dying at 9 o'clock. And she passes out. Screw it! I'm crashing on your couch! Yay!
Yay, we got home. Go to bed.
How was the navigation on this trip? You were like screaming at the automaton. She got mad because like it was telling her to go left and she like knew how to go left already. So then she started screaming at the automaton.
If I could tell you to go forth over that way, trust me, I would.
I think it's the one that tells you to go forth over that way in 12 meters. You can go forth over that way in 1/2 mile. So yeah, this is the end.
This
We've
was
reached the
fun.
end. It was though. We had a good
I'm
time.
gonna eat all my taffy on the way home.
And then get mad because she's like fat and I made her this way. I did nothing.
You should be a smart man and rescind your statement.
I don't know how to do that.
You have to say, I'm sorry, you're not a fat fuck.
I'm sorry you're not a fat fuck.
No, that won't do.
That just made it worse.
So, I'm tired.
Yeah,
dude.
it's time to just go
I
and
wanna
die.
go sleep. True. Oh, it's only 9.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like 11 for some
I know, it's
reason.
like it feels
It
late.
feels like it's 11.
But it's only 9, which is nice because, you know, it got dark around 8, so we were able to do our night rides, and then there you go.
Okay, cool. I have my
So those are
bags.
yours. You have your taffy. Okay.
The bed. Not here, you dork.
Well, I'm trying to leave.
I'll get out then.
Okay, fine, I will.
Just grab your bag.
Right. Got my junk in the trunk. All right, darling. 'Twas a pleasure, dear.
Love you.
And
Go to bed.
I shall see you when I see you next. Bye, dear. And so we end our video until probably October. I'm going to go inside now, but we'll be back for a recap at the end of the night. So until then, goodbye. Hello, and welcome back to the end of the fair day. It is currently almost midnight, and I returned home some time ago from the last segment, and have since settled in, told Mother of the escapades of today, and just kind of been messing around with things, and yeah, preparing for the rest of the night. I suppose I'm just gonna like game for an hour or so, because it's like I feel like I have stuff to do, you know, because I don't just want to go to bed in half an hour, like, you know. But of course, you know, I like to do my recapping thing, so we are going to recap a bit of what happened today. Overall, I'm very happy with everything that happened. I was initially very reluctant to go, honestly. Like, I was kind of dreading it. And ever since our July episode, July was going really, really slow because I spent 2 weeks editing the video, which was horrible. But then, after I was done with the video, July flew on by. But then August came around, and knowing that we had to go to the fair at some point made the first couple weeks go by so slowly. But yeah, just general anxiety over, you know, going and making sure everything's perfect, and do we have everything, and so on and so forth. Will we end up getting stuck riding with people we don't know, and then we can't do a segment, and yeah, it's a big problem. But overall, it was really nice. Even though it was scheduled to be really humid and like it was gonna storm, it actually wasn't that bad because it was cloudy, there was a breeze, you didn't really feel the humidity until later. Problem is, yeah, the hair. Before we left, my hair was like so perfect, but now it's literally gonna be like this until the next time I take a shower. But yeah, unfortunately there was no hang glider, which sucks because I was so looking forward to filming on that with the 60 frames per second. But instead they had the Ring of Fire, which someone didn't even go on. It's like, but yeah, it was a really fun day of eating food. We didn't get any cotton candy or elephant ear because we had the funnel cake, and that was kind of an overload. So it is a bit unfortunate she didn't fall off a ride this year. But anyway, aside from the recap, we also have a nice box of saltwater taffy and some honey candy, because even though I do have honey candy in the thing still, I don't have any honey ones, and I love the honey ones, so I decided to get some since they're only $1 a bag, and it's like, why not? And the taffy is amazing. Now, and then of course, you know that I had to get my little souvenir. And indeed I did get my souvenir. I got this really awesome lamp orb thing that the moment I saw, I was just like, I might have to have that. And I did acquire it, and it is up there. See, I was mentioning that I had a little space up there in the corner to hang something. And I kind of liked it because I like the thought of having, you know, something kind of above the bed, right? You know, because it's kind of dark outside of this light, and then I don't really like having that light on anymore. So I thought I could just put a light up there and there. But anyway, this has been Fair 2021. We're too old for this, because that was really the theme of today. I mean, it was like, we went on rides and we're like, ugh, we ate food and we're like, we are too old for this. But we're still gonna keep going because it's really, really fun. As it is now, we do not really have plans to hang out until October. I doubt we'll hang out in September. I kind of need a month off to just chill and relax and color stuff and game stuff and so on and so forth. But right now, we're probably just gonna hang out the week before Halloween, so that'll be a couple months. And then after that, it'll be Thanksgiving, Christmas, and I don't know if we'll hang out for New Year's this year. We'll see about that, but the year is moving on to the latter half. With this video, we say goodbye to summer, of course, because the fair kind of signifies the end of summer, even though it's not really the end of summer yet. So, I mean, we still have like a month of summer left, but yeah, we won't be filming in this month. So, when you next see us, it might be a bit chilly, and we will move on with fall, the best month. Unfortunately, we probably will not be hanging out on Halloween because she has plans, which sucks because last year's video was awesome. But we will see what happens and we will make it work. This is me signing off until our next video in a few months. So, until then, this is goodbye. And remember that even when you're 25 and you're too old for everything because you're like freaking ancient, right? You know, do things anyway, because you might have some fun. I mean, we're too old for the fair, perhaps, but we had a lot of fun. Keep that in mind, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!